Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Desert Knits. It is October 9th, 2016, and it's been a while since I've done one of these. I don't even know what number episode I'm on because it has been long enough and I didn't go check before starting this. My computer hard drive crashed as well as my video card got all dusty and gunky and stopped, so I think it was a combination of problems. But with my wonderful partner whose computer is right behind me there, he knows all about that kind of thing, so he fixed it. I have a new hard drive. We're good. Everything's working. So because we are in the month of October, I don't feel weird for using my Happy Halloween mug with the little black kitty on the inside with the lip. I got this mug in a swap. It makes me very happy, and I use it year-round, not just in October. But anyways, on to what you guys are all really here for, the projects and the knitting and the spinning and everything of that nature. So I do have a finished object, though I don't have it to show. I finished that pair of socks that I've been working on for ages using the Happy Little Die Pots yarn that I won from winter camp. Yeah, winter camp. I knit up this pattern that I made up. It's not really something that is difficult or anything. And then I mailed them off to the new recipient. So I finished them. I don't have them to show. Sorry. Let's see. I do have a good variety of... Okay, the cat's gone. I do have a good variety of works in progress and spins in progress. I only have one knitting project that I've started, and I may yet rip it out. I'm not really sure if I like the way that it's working up. So I have been using my Turkish drop spindles a lot, and I have stacked some of the most recent turtles on my one of the only straight knitting needles that I own. I own this one and its mate, so yeah. At the bottom here I have Romney, and then I have Shetland, and then I have two Blue-Faced Luster samples that I got in that Color Tricks class, and then I have one, this one is I know that it is a Gotland cross, though I can't remember what it's crossed with. And then we have a little Corma one. So those I have done and on my skewer of turtles. And then I have my Sugar Skull Goddess. She is wearing a blend of merino, Romney, and little you can kind of see some of them. Little sari silk, like dryer fluff style mix-ins. That is actually for a spin-along. It's the Spin Me, Drink Me spin-along. So the color that I named that, or the name that I gave that color that I blended is Whiskey Lemonade, because it just, I don't know, it reminds me of Whiskey Lemonade. And I'm not sure if I can get it to focus better. What if I put that behind it? No, it's not going to work any better. Okay, well, I tried. Now, this isn't a fibery project as such, but I have started making myself a new wallet, and because I love this fabric, I decided that I would make a Sugar Skull wallet. So there's a pocket on the front, zippered pocket on the front, and a pouchy pocket on the back. And then I have card thingies, slots for cards, and pockets. And then on the other side I have a pocket and a little pocket. So I will actually be able to fit my, should be able to fit my moleskin notebook in that, as well as some pens, and of course, all of my money. Anyways, I ran into some issues with it last night. The zipper gave me some trouble. So I will actually be going to Joann's later to buy a longer zipper. I only have a 20-inch zipper. I think I need a 22-inch zipper. And we'll see where that gets me tonight. I'm hoping that it works a little better than the 20-inch zipper that I struggled with last night. So those, oh, I do have, somewhere in the house, Turkish spindle with this, more of this on it, and a Turkish spindle with more of this on it. And then I have a couple more little projects to share when I get to stash. Or spinning projects to share when I get to stash. So this is a cake of the Coop worth that I spun earlier this summer that I combed and spun on my, and plied on my pocket wheel. Just to remind myself what it is, it's 2-ply hand-combed Coop worth top that I spun and ended up with about 320 yards. So I have started knitting this, and this is what I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep or not, because it is definitely lightweight yarn. I'm not sure. I am undecided. Do I hold it doubled? That would kind of defeat the purpose of me spinning it this thin. But it's not showing, or it's not really doing what I want it to do in this. And it's small enough that I don't really mind ripping it out. I'm not devoted to this project. It's supposed to be a pair of mittens, by the way. Fingerless, flip top. Yeah. Though I'm thinking about changing that. I don't really know what I would do with it otherwise, though. I'll come up with something. Or keep working on it and see where it takes me. So that's kind of it for like portable, spindle spun, knitting project-y kind of things. I am still working on my giant amount of Romney to be spun. I almost have 3 bobbins finished. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I almost have 3 bobbins finished. Here are the 2 that I have done. And then the third one is, get that lined up right. There we go. The third one is still on the wheel, being spun. And it's on my bookcase over there. But that project is coming along really well. I feel like my singles are pretty consistent, though I think I'm going to spin 6 bobbins and ply, the first one and the last one together, and then that way. So hopefully they will even out if I have not been consistent through the bobbins. Now, let's see. I went a couple weekends ago to the Oregon Flock and Fiber Festival. It's down in Canby, Oregon, at the fairgrounds down there. I went down with 2 of my friends, and we met another friend down there, and we camped on site at the fairgrounds behind where they were keeping the llamas. So yeah, it was up against a fence, sort of, so it was somewhat protected from wind, and we got to see llamas every morning. My screen went black. Hopefully that didn't mess anything up. Sorry. Let's see. So we camped there. We left Friday morning after some. I ended up leaving later than we had planned because one of the carpool members lost his keys that morning, so Ty and I had to go pick him up at his house and then go out to Leslie's to pack the truck that we were taking to go down there. So it took like an extra hour and a half or something to get on the road. Then we got down there, we met up with our friend who came from down in Oregon, and then it was actually close, the fairgrounds are close enough to Fred Meyer's that we walked over to Fred Meyer's. I forgot a toothbrush, so I had to buy a toothbrush, and we just picked up some snacky kind of things. I got some local beer. And then we spent all weekend hanging out. There was a goat and sheep obstacle course, like agility course kind of thing that dogs do, but it was for goats and sheep, and it was adorable. And we talked with a lot of the different vendors. My friend Leslie had a class on Sunday, actually Sunday morning. And on Sunday there's a thing that happens it's called the Fleece parking lot sale. And Leslie has Shetland sheep. So she sheared all of her sheep in the spring, and she washes all of the fleeces before she sells them. So she brought 13 fleeces with her, and because her class was Sunday morning, I and the other two that we were camping with helped kind of man the booth and sell her fleeces for her until her class got out. And by the time her class got out, I think the fleece sale was almost over, and we were pretty ready to go pack up and start driving home. We didn't want to get home too late. But that brings me to stash. I fell in love with one of her Shetland fleeces. It is a Shetland lamb fleece. Let's see. So it's already washed. It was washed when I got it, and she does a really good job washing. Sorry, the light is totally it's not true to color. It is a very dark fleece. It's like a really dark brown, almost black, and it is like spongy, squishy. It is so soft. And I have a whole fleece of this. I would really like to spin enough to make a really nice sweater with a cable panel down the front. I have plans for this. So that is one of the fleeces that I came home with. Freya, stay out of the closet. I also came home with it was on Saturday morning. We were walking through the sheep barn, and some of the shepherds and shepherdesses, sheep farmers, I don't really know what they want to be called, had some of their spring fleeces for sale. Well, I fell in absolute love with a fleece from a lamb. You're sensing a theme here, right? Lamb named Britta. So this is a lock from her fleece. You can see it has some really nice crimp in there. And it is also a very dark fleece, though it does have some lighter strands running through. And this I have spun up on another little bit of stash. This is a Jenkins Chulu in olive wood. But I'm working on spinning from the fold, from the lock. I just comb out. I have a dog brush because I have huskies. So I have this, and I bought it as a multi-use tool, and it is fantastic. Bass is the brand. Oh, focus. Focus just a second ago. And it works really well. to flick open the locks, and then you just fold it over your finger and spin from the fold. So it works really, really well. Obviously, since I've been spinning, and it is quite fine. I want to spin this up and turn it into a really, really giant, really lacy shawl. Intricate lace, not just yarn overs to make holes and stuff. And then on the fleece sale, parking lot fleece sale thing on Sunday, we were next to a lady who turns out she's in Fruitland, so she's only, I think that's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from here. But she had a lamb fleece from a Gotland cross from a lamb that she had weathered. So a boy sheep who will not make babies. And this is the darkest fleece that I have. It is actually it's actually black. I swear. He doesn't have a name. He was weather number 40. And her flock of Gotland crosses is 63% Gotland. I don't really know how the genetics of things work, but 63% is the highest that she has been able to get her Gotland crosses to become more Gotland. Like I said, I don't really know how that works, but it was interesting to hear her and Leslie talk about it. And I have started spinning up a little sample from him. Same process. I'm flicking the lock open, folding it over my finger, and then spinning from the fold, because these locks are just super long and beautiful and gorgeous. I think that I will probably do the whole fleece that way, though I may end up combing some of it. I'm not really sure. I kind of want to see how it works in the combs, so I'm not really sure that the combs will be able to turn it into something that I'm really, really wanting to spin from. That kind of finishes up my stash and works in progress and all that kind of thing. I have signed up for a holiday ornament swap. It's the Mingle and Jingle ornament swap, and I have some really great ideas. I'm so excited. It's been a little while since I've done a swap, so this one seems to be small enough and friendly enough that I will actually be able to form some kind of friendship with the person that I'm sending to before. It's a mystery swap, so she doesn't know that I'm sending things to her. Before we come to, find out who swapped with who, or who sent stuff to who. So I'm really excited about it. I think that I'm probably going to comb some fleece and include that with it, or maybe some raw fleece. I don't really know, but I really want to share some of the fleeces that I've gotten this year, because they are all really nice. So yeah, running has been interesting. It is finally cool enough that I'm running again and don't feel like I'm gonna die, which is actually really nice. I'm faster than I thought I was, just because I had to slow down so much in the heat. You can see right behind me here, I do have a bright red. It is a dog harness that I can fit on quite a few of my dogs. Not all of them will be going on walks that require a backpack. 2 of them are just too old. but I can fit it on Bella or on Molly, and it is a backpack, so they'll be able to carry their own water, and we can actually go for longer than my water bottle lasts for typically in the summer. I also got for Molly a pulling harness. So it's a harness that is padded, and it doesn't put pressure on her rib cage, and she will actually be able to pull, and I can do canicross, which is something that I've been interested in. And Molly is like the perfect candidate for it, or thought she was, because she really enjoys running, and she is, she's a husky, so she is a pulling breed. But since getting the harness, I have figured out that apparently I trained her too well. I will have to train her to pull again. She typically just runs right next to me or very slightly ahead of me when she's in the pulling harness now. And I have been going to yoga. The yoga schedule changed, so I will have to kind of adjust the days and times of yoga that I'll be going to, but I did sign up through the studio that I've been doing yoga, a 3-month 30 class challenge. So before it started on the 3rd or the 4th, so before the end of December, I should have taken 30 yoga classes in order to, complete the challenge successfully. So I'm doing that. So far since then, I have taken 2 classes. So I'm already behind. I think that the way that they figured it out, you have to take 3 a week in order to make it the whole way through and get 30. And I have taken 2 this week. So I have my yoga schedule on the whiteboard that's in the corner by the door over there, and I have circled the days and times that I should be going, and there are a few other days and times that I can go, but that is 3 times a week, hour to an hour and a half long classes, and I should be able to get all of those in before the end of the challenge. And next week I'll probably take 4 classes just to make up for the ones that I already missed the first week of the challenge. Yeah. But that is pretty much what has been happening around here. Obviously there have been some various other things that have happened. We've had to go to the vet a couple times. Horses have had to be taken care of. Let's see. I got I got 3 new rats. You can see pictures of them and see some of their story on Instagram. Yeah, that's about it. That last little bit about Instagram reminds me, I forgot to say where you can find me on the internet. So you can find me on Ravelry as loraclare and on Instagram as lora.clare. And I think some of my followers have found me on Facebook. I don't really use Facebook much. Most of the time I just, cross-post when Instagram lets you hit the Facebook button and it'll post to Facebook. That's pretty much all I do. But yeah. That is about it. Oh, and I blog at desertknit.blogspot.com, which you will have noticed that just like I haven't been doing any podcasts, I haven't been doing any blog posts because the computer's been down. Yes, I have an iPad. Yes, I could have figured out how to post from the iPad. But touch screen, even on the giant iPad touchscreen, it's just frustrating, and it takes so much longer, and I don't really want to. So I took a hiatus from the blog and from podcasting, and I should be back on schedule every 2 weeks. Though I have considered doing a shorter segment kind of thing every week, just as a more of a time-effective weekly update thing, especially because going into the holiday season, I will have a lot more works in progress and knitting objects, and finished objects, and knitting and spinning, and trying to get some of those things done very quickly so that I can mail them off in time for Christmas. Yes, we are 2.5-ish months away from Christmas, and I'm finally like, oh yeah, I have to make things for Christmas. Yeah. Anyways, you should see, obviously, my podcast go up today, and I have some plans for blog posts throughout the week, and then depending on how I feel about this whole weekly blog update or a video update thing, you might see my face again next weekend. Anyways, until next time, have a wonderful week or couple of weeks, and I will talk to you soon.